Hello, I'm sorry for my tardiness. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I just want to check and make sure this is live before I start talking. Let me see. Um, okay, I'm live. Okay, so today I am so this is live, and you know, usually I'm recording and I can stop and do what I want to do. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So today I'm going to talk about, first, welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to talk about heartbreak and how we can allow heartbreak to overcome us and overtake us and stop our lives and um, basically halt everything that we're doing because of the pain of it. And, heartbreak at any given time is like millions of us going through heartbreak, and so I think it's fair to say everyone has experienced that pain. I mean, not all heartbreak is the result of a relationship. I've had my heart broken in many different ways, in many different situations. If you watch my other videos, you've seen that, I was in a cult and, my family basically abandoned me. So that was heartbreaking. There's a lot of other ways. It's not just from a breakup or, a divorce or whatever. So, your heart can be broken in many different ways. And during those times, a lot of us, we just want to just ball up, and just in a ball and retreat and, just be away from the world and forget about everything else that's going on in our lives. And a lot of the times, we have other things to do. We have children, we have jobs, we have other things going on, and we're not able to just um, not do anything. We have to continue on with our lives. So for me, I am goal oriented. I have things that I want to achieve in life. And, for me, so for right now in my life, I'm kind of going through a heartbreak. I'm going through a lot of things, but specifically, I am dealing with something. And so I have a lot of things that I am working on. Like, I have a lot of goals. If you watch my channel, I've had a lot of things working against me. And so, that doesn't stop me. And heartbreak, it's not another person that is trying to stop you. It's your own emotions, it's your own feelings. And that can really be the hardest, to deal with versus another person. It's yourself, it's your own emotions that are just kind of putting you in a space where you just feel like you can't do anything. You don't want to live, you just, well, not saying that you want to kill yourself, but you don't have the energy to do, your normal activities. You don't really want to do anything. So for me, like, that can be a thing for me because, number one, I have two boys and, I live for them. So I have to, move on, and I have to continue to do my day-to-day things that I do. But also, I have a lot of goals and I have things that I'm trying to achieve and accomplish. And so, just balling up in the bed and laying there is not an option for me. So what I've done, so for the past 4 years, I've been like on this journey, on this kind of spiritual journey. And a big heartbreak of mine, which I've spoken about, is like leaving a cult and like losing my family and all that. So during that time, there was a lot going on, and I pushed through during that time. Without getting into all of that, I found ways to occupy my time and to move forward and not stay stuck. But right now, I have this channel, and this is all tied into other things that I'm working towards. And for me, I just focus on my work. I focus in on what it is that I am trying to accomplish. Now, I'm not saying like you should push your emotions to the side, because that's a whole nother problem. Like, we don't want to suppress our emotions and, just act like nothing's happening. So it's important first that you acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge your emotions and how you're feeling. So if you're angry, you know, of whatever the situation is, whatever your specific situation is, if you're angry, be angry. If you're sad, be sad, cry. Whatever you're feeling, feel those emotions, feel them, and allow yourself to express them. If you need to excuse yourself and go to the bathroom or whatever and scream and cry, like, do that. That's so important that we don't suppress our emotions and push them down. Because that can cause a whole nother set of issues, um, emotionally, but also physically. When we suppress our emotions and we feel something, but we don't really feel it, like we don't take the time to really feel into the emotions, it can manifest into illnesses, other things that we don't want in our life. So first, when you're going through heartbreak, it's important that you feel your emotions, feel what you're going through, and allow yourself to express in a safe way. As long as you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting someone else, allow yourself to express your emotions, and feel what you're feeling and really sit with it. But when you get through doing that, when you're done doing that, so I always speak from experience. So this is what I have done. This is what has worked for me. So I make sure to, do that, feel what I'm feeling, allow those feelings and emotions to come up. And usually, not usually, every time for me, you get like a burst of energy. So when we suppress our emotions and, we're sad or we're angry and we don't express it and we don't allow it to come up, it can be like a barrier for us. So when you do let it up, it can give you like a boost of energy. So for me, I allow those emotions to come up and I express them however they may be expressed. And then the energy that I get from that, the release, it's like a relief. I just hone in on whatever it is that I am working on at that time. So for those of you who are, goal oriented and you have things you're working on, projects, whatever it is you're doing, like, this is not the time to stop. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to say, oh, I don't have the energy. I can't, like, I just, it's not there. Like, this isn't the time to do that. This is the time to utilize this energy, because regardless of whether you're, going through a breakup, a lot of women, they go through a breakup and they go and they dye their hair and they get new wardrobe, whatever. So that's like kind of, the same thing, but you utilize that energy towards your goals. So instead of doing that versus like, you're saying like, oh, I'm going to get back at him, I'm going to show him, focus that energy on yourself. So whatever it is that you're working on, take that energy and focus on your goals. And for those of you who are not, maybe you don't have any goals, or maybe, you're not working towards anything at this time, maybe you should think about that. Maybe this is the time for you to set some goals. Whatever it is that, was heartbreaking for you in your life, maybe now, everything happens for a reason. We do know that. So maybe this is the time, whatever happened, so that you can start focusing on yourself and doing what it is that makes you happy. And, so also there's something that's kind of a sidebar, but I just feel like this is a message for someone. Um, we manifest things and we want things in our life, and we say, I'm going to manifest that. I want this, I want that, whether it's a person, a job, whatever it is, and so when you're manifesting, so I ramble. Okay. So sidebar to the sidebar. So when you're manifesting, everybody has their different ways they manifest or whatever, but so you feel it. You feel what it is you want. You feel it. You visualize it. So you visualize it. You visualize what it is you want, what you're manifesting, and then you feel what it feels like to have the thing that you're manifesting. So let's say you want to move, and there's a home that you want, and you want to move into this home. You feel what it would feel like to already be in that home. And those are the two things. So visualize, feel the feeling of having what it is you want. But the most important thing that you need to do is take action. You can't manifest something and then not act. Because let me tell you what will happen. This is how the universe works. If you are manifesting something and so let's say you have this brilliant idea, this just a brilliant idea, and you feel like, oh gosh, nobody's ever thought of that. I'm going to come out with this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to invent this, whatever it is, right? And you're like, you have it all mapped out in your mind. You've written down whatever. But then you just think about it every day, and you don't do anything about it. You don't act on it. You don't do anything. So what happens with that is the universe will give that brilliant idea or whatever that thing is to someone else, because the universe expresses itself through us. So if we get an idea or whatever it is that we want, or we're doing, we get an idea, let's just say an idea. And the universe is trying to express that through us. But if you don't act on it and you don't make it happen, then the universe will download that idea to someone else, and someone else will have that idea. So it's very important that you act on what it is that you want. That was a sidebar, but getting back to that was a message for someone out there. But getting back to the heartbreak, it's important that we really don't allow the heartbreak to overtake us during these times, because it's so many of us, heartbreak is just one of the worst feelings in the world. For me, I've been through it a lot of times, and it's a really horrible feeling to have. And a lot of people during this time, they just give up on life. They give up on not just their goals, but if you have children, because I've been there, trust me, I've been there. There's been times where I have been through the worst heartbreak in my life, and you have kids, and it's hard for you to get up in the morning and take care of your children. I've been there. So it's a feeling only those who've experienced, would understand. But you can channel that energy. You can channel that energy into something positive, and you don't have to let it, be something negative. And I know that's hard to say, and I know that's hard to, if you're experiencing heartbreak right now, especially, that's really hard to grasp, because you don't really want to hear this type of message. I understand that if you're going through heartbreak, but do understand that I am experiencing difficulties and heartbreak right now in my life. And so I can relate to you and what you're feeling. But at the same time, I like to see the positives in everything. And I'm always trying to better myself. And so going through heartbreak, the first thing I ask myself, first of all, and the first thing you should ask yourself is, what is this trying to teach me? What is the lesson here in this? Why am I feeling this way? So let's just say, for an example, you are going through heartbreak that is related to another person, a breakup, or just something in, relation to another person. For me, I like to say, okay, why am I feeling like this? Like, what is the reason for me feeling like this? Is it some type of codependency? So connect the dots. I always say connect the dots and figure out what it is exactly that is the source of the feeling that you're feeling. Because once you figure that out, and I figured this out too, once you figure out, regardless of how heartbroken and sad you are, once you figure out the source of the feeling you're feeling, automatically something lightens and lifts. Energy just lightens. You feel lighter. I don't know how to explain it, and unless you've done this, when you are going through things and you connect the dots and figure out why you're feeling the way you're feeling, all of a sudden everything just becomes easier. So that's why I always say that. That's why I always say connect the dots, because it really does help you in life to figure out why something is happening to you and why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. So definitely, whatever you're going through, figure out why you're feeling the way you're feeling, because we're here to learn, and everything that you're feeling, every single feeling that you feel is for a reason. Everything's for a reason. But every time you're heartbroken, every time you're sad, um, every time you're happy, every feeling that you're feeling is for a reason. But specifically the hard times, those are the times when you're learning the hard lessons. Those are the times that your soul is expanding and you're growing and you're learning and you're getting a lesson that your soul has come here to learn. And so during those moments, that's when you need to ask, what am I learning from this? What is this teaching me, rather? What is this teaching me? So figure out what is teaching you, and go from there. But specifically, I made this video about, channeling and honing in that energy of heartbreak into, your success. But this can be a very powerful time for you to really move forward towards your goals and your aspirations, and use this energy, because it's all energy. It's all heartbreak, sadness. It's all energy. So you can shift the energy. You can shift any energy that you want into whatever it is you want. So try your hardest during these times, even though I know it's difficult. Try your hardest to shift this energy into something that you can benefit from. You may not be able to shift it into, a positive energy where, you cannot be sad, but be happy. I mean, let's be realistic. If you're heartbroken, you're just not going to start being happy because you're thinking about being happy. It just, that's just not realistic. But you can utilize the energy in a positive way to benefit yourself in your life. So yeah, I just wanted to make a short video. I don't make long videos, so this video isn't going to be long either. But yeah, this message I feel like needed to be out there, because like I said, at any given time, there's millions of us going through heartbreak. And like I myself right now, I'm dealing with something, and I've been kind of throwing myself into the things that I've been working on. And it does help. It does help. So yeah, I just want to share a short message, and I hope this message helped someone today. And I hope that the message that the message I gave about when you're manifesting, because that message is for someone. When you're manifesting something, you have to take action. So that specific message, that was for someone that needed to hear it. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.